Hello again, friends. We're going to read some more Azban. Remember, it is by Brian Chavernet, and we are more than halfway done with the book now. Turtle tells Azban a story. Azban washed up on the shore much further down the river. He came out of the water rubbing his head where the hazelnut had hit him, saying, "Those squirrels will pay someday." At the time, Aspen heard a voice coming from the bluff overhead, and he looked up to see who it was. But all he could see was what appeared to be a rock. Aspen thought to himself, "I'm not going to fall for Bear's tricks again." So Aspen snuck up the hill and came in behind the rock that was talking. That's when he noticed it was not a rock, it was Grandfather Turtle. Now, Turtle was very old and could not see very well, so he could not see or hear Aspen come up behind him. Aspen asked him who he was talking to, and Turtle replied, "I am telling stories to all who will listen." Turtle had always been known as a great storyteller and has always been known to tell stories all winter long while he hibernates under the mud. Aspen laughed at Turtle's reply because as he looked around there was no one else there. Aspen thought to himself, this crazy turtle is sitting here on a log talking to himself. But that's when Aspen noticed that Turtle was sitting on the end of the log and the other end was protruding from the bluff. Aspen thought this would be a great time to play a trick on Turtle. "Grandfather Turtle," Aspen said, "it is I, Aspen. May I sit with you and listen to your story?" "Of course you can, Aspen. Would you like to hear the story of how I learned to hibernate?" asked Turtle. "Yes, that would be great," said Aspen, "but can you move over on the log and make room for me?" "Of course," Turtle replied and began telling his story. "Long ago I tried to follow the other animals south when the frost came, but I could not keep up, and the cold caught up to me. At that time, Goose and his friends were flying by honking, telling their stories. I yelled up and asked if they could give me a ride down with them." At this point, Aspen began to stomp his feet lightly and said, "Turtle Rabbit is here and would like to join in listening to your story. Can you scoot down on the log so he can sit as well?" Turtle did not look up. He really couldn't see Rabbit anyway if he tried. He just moved down a seat on the log and kept up with the story. "Now, where was I? Oh, that's right. So the geese thought that I talked too much and wanted to be able to hear each other honk. They told me they would only give me a ride if I bit down on a stick and hung on that way." Aspen began stamping his feet and once again interrupted Turtle's story. "Turtle, I'm so sorry to stop you, but now Squirrel is here. Would you like to join us? Can you push down some more?" Turtle did not miss a beat, and he moved farther down the log and kept right on with his story. "Hanging up in the air by that stick I was far too afraid to say anything as I did not want to fall. So I just bit down and did not say a word the whole time. But I was very grateful for the ride as I could feel the warmth of the southern air." "Excuse me, Turtle," said Aspen. "I do not mean to be rude, but now Bear is showing up." As Turtle moved down again and was right on the edge of the log, Aspen began to laugh. Turtle heard him and said, "Yes, I know. Even I can't believe I stayed quiet that long," and laughed along with Asban. Turtle continued his story. "Now I enjoyed my time in the Southland, but I missed all my friends and relatives in our homeland, Nadankina. So that was when I decided to follow the example of Bear and dig into the ground and hibernate out the cold and continue to tell stories during the long winter months." "That's a great story," Aspen said, but Turtle interrupted and began to move over and started to say, I know, I need to move over." But just then he fell off the end of the log and over the bluff into the Connecticut River. Azban fell off the log laughing. When he finally caught his breath, he said, "Yes, grandfather, you learned from Bear very well. You both fall for my tricks." That is the end of that one.